Yo, what's going on, ladies and gents? My name is Arbuckle. Welcome back to another video. Today we are once again back on Fortnite Battle Royale, and I wanted to share with you guys 5 simple tips that you can use to improve your game here in Fortnite Season 9. I know a lot of you guys that watch my videos are always trying to improve your game, trying to get better, and overall trying to get more wins, so hopefully this video will be able to help some of you guys out. So without further ado, let's jump right into some of these tips. So the first tip, I want to start out pretty simple, stupid, and that's to always use wood when you're getting yourself into a battle. Whether you're defending yourself or you're pushing somebody, using wood or brick is generally the best way to go. I've noticed a lot of people nowadays have started using metal when they get into these giant build battles where they're trying to defend themselves, and it's not a good idea because what you don't realize is although metal is very powerful and once it builds all the way up, it is very hard to destroy. If you're starting to get shot at and you start panic building with metal, people are going to be easily be able to shoot it down. It only takes 1 or 2 shots off the cuff to be able to take down a metal wall, whereas wood instantly builds. It's going to take 5 or 6 shots to take down. Brick, not so far after. I like using brick when I get into an actual battle. If I'm defending myself, if someone starts shooting at me, wood is always going to be the best option, just because it's going to build instantly. It's going to take a little bit longer to shoot down. If you're building a base and you want to defend a location, no one's necessarily looking at you or shooting at you, using metal is obviously going to be the best way to go. But if someone starts shooting at you or you get into an instant battle with somebody, using wood is always going to be the best option. Brick, not so bad. I don't want to talk down on brick. I actually enjoy using brick a lot, and a lot of times when I get in battles I will use it, but I think that overall wood is probably the best option. Alright guys, so the second tip that I have for you is pretty simple as well, and I feel like a lot of people should understand this, but I continue to see players make this mistake and lead to their downfall in almost every game that I play, and that is to stop destroying trees all the way, especially when you get closer to end game. Those last couple of circles, players can see almost the entire circle, and I always see people that continue to knock down these giant trees at the end of the game and get themselves killed, give away their location, make it easy for players to take them out. Not only are you telling people where you are, but you're also open to being shot because you're trying to gather mats. So what you have to do, and I've said this a million times in videos, is destroy stuff, but not all the way. Don't knock down the tree. Leave 50 on the trees. We've talked about this so many times. I continue to see people make this mistake. This is something that I feel like is so obvious, but it's just so many people continue to do it. So I thought I would throw it in this video. Stop destroying trees all the way. Now, earlier in the game, like at the beginning, it's not that big of a deal. Obviously, there's a lot more players, but the map is so much bigger. There's a lot going on. It's really not that big of a deal. But if you're trying to make it far and you're trying to get wins, and you get close to the end of the game, the last couple of circles, 20 or less people, stop destroying trees all the way. Same thing with trucks, cars, RVs. Don't destroy those at the end of the game because they're going to make a ridiculous amount of noise. Players are going to know exactly where you're at, and you're going to leave yourself open to getting sniped or shot from across the map. So be very careful. Stop destroying trees. The third tip that I have for you is actually really beneficial that I think a lot of you will be able to do well with if you use it correctly, and that's to safe peek and pre-aim through your own base. Now what I mean by that, let's say for example you build a 1x1, you go a few stories high, and you're just chilling in your base and you see someone far away. Maybe the other guy has a sniper and you have a sniper, but you're afraid to pop up and shoot because you don't want to get sniped. What you can do is you can pre-aim through your walls. Now if you're using steel, you're not going to be able to do this. It's going to be very difficult. Obviously you can't see through steel. However, brick and wood makes this super easy to do. All that you have to do is aim your sniper or your weapon through one of the cracks in the direction where your enemy is. Obviously, let's say they're in a base 2. You can aim at your enemy. You can crouch, get in a crouch position, aim through the wall. You can see where they're at because of the cracks, and then all you have to do is by one button, you'll uncrouch, pop up. You'll have perfect lines of sight, and you can start shooting. If you have a sniper, this works almost every single time. If you guys watch a lot of the professionals that play this game, they do it all the time. This is something that helps them win so much by pre-aiming through the walls that they already have built. Makes it easier, especially with snipers. So pre-aim and safe peek through your walls to avoid getting shot. Alright guys, so the next tip that I'm going to share with you has actually changed a lot over the last couple of months due to the way people have been playing the game. It's kind of a two-parter. The first part is to don't build bases above 3 stories high unless you have redeploy that you're going to camp in. Now I'm not talking about rushing someone or getting into a battle with someone. I'm talking about bases that you're building to hide in to just waste time. If you're going to build a base to sit in and just defend, don't go above 3 stories high unless someone starts battling you. If you're just camping, just chilling, don't go above 3 high. Obviously, you're going to take fall damage if you don't have redeploy if someone shoots you down. Now, the second part to this is to try to be careful on the build battles that you get into. Now, I know a lot of us, we're all really good at building now. The game's been out for a long time. Everybody loves getting in these crazy build battles. However, I'm sure a lot of you guys have noticed that nowadays, players are starting to spend more time trying to knock you down rather than to actually compete in a build battle. You'll notice that whether it be the person that you're going up against will drop down and try to knock you down, or other players that are watching the build battle are just going to try to shoot you down as well. This used to not really be a problem. Everybody kind of enjoyed the build battle aspect of the game, but now I've noticed so many more people are starting to shoot the giant structures down, and it gets super annoying when you don't have redeploy. So again, the first part, if you're just going to defend a base, you just want to build a base to sit in for a while and defend, don't go above 3 stories high. Obviously, players like knocking things down nowadays, and there's no point in taking useless damage like that. Second part, be very wary of the build battles that you're getting into, especially at the end of the game. If there's a lot of players left and you get into this crazy build battle, there's a really good chance that some jerk off somewhere is going to shoot you down and probably end up killing both of you unless you have redeploys. Now, if you have redeploys, completely different story. Have at it, build to the moon. I don't care. But if you don't, be very careful, because it gets really annoying when you're trying to compete in this giant build battle and somebody far away knocks you down, or the guy you're going up against drops down and shoots you down. So just be careful of that. This last tip that I'm going to share with you guys is actually extremely beneficial, and you won't think a lot about it until you actually start doing it and notice the difference. What you want to do is when you build a base that you're defending, whether it be an actual base that you built, or maybe you're on top of a building and you just built a 1x1 and you're sniping, you're trying to guard a position, you're trying to waste time because you're in the circle, always build walls behind you and beside you in the directions that you're not looking, so that you can defend off other snipers or other people that are looking to get a cheeky shot off on you. So let's say, for example, you build a 1x1, you've got a ramp in the middle, you walk yourself up. Anyone can see you from all 4 directions, right? Let's say you're sniping north, and you don't really expect anyone to be behind you. Maybe the edge of the circle is there. Maybe the edge of the circle is to your left. You don't really expect anyone to be there. However, if someone is there, which a lot of the times there is going to be someone there in the direction that you're not looking, if you don't have a wall there, it makes it so easy for them to get a shot off. They can waste as much time as they want because you don't know they're there, but they know where you're at. So they can just kind of sit there and wait until you poke your head up enough to get a shot off. If you build a wall, I know a lot of people don't want to waste mats, but if you build a wall behind you or beside you in the direction that you're not looking, you're giving yourself a 50-50 chance. You're making it so much easier for you to keep going in the game and not get shot in the back. This is something that it feels so obvious, but players don't even realize it until they start doing it. I surely didn't. I think putting the wall behind me is the #1 thing that I've always done. Maybe I'll have like a U shape in front of me on the top, and then I'll just put a giant wall behind me so that if anyone's shooting me from behind, they're not going to be able to get a shot off because there's a wall there. Also, what's nice about having the wall behind you, especially if it's brick or steel, it makes it harder for someone to see you. If someone's sniping at you from a distance and they see your little head poke up, obviously it's a 1x1, it's easy to see a head poke up. However, if there's a wall behind you, your head blends in a little bit more because there's not the silhouette of the sky. You're not going to just pop up. They're not going to be able to see you to the blue sky. There's going to be an actual wall there, making it a little bit more challenging to find you. So putting up a wall behind you and even beside you, I keep thinking, like, if I'm in the middle of the map and I'm shooting at someone north, I'm going to build a wall behind me and probably to my right so that I don't get shot from somewhere else, and maybe even my left, depending on where I'm at. So make sure that you're building walls behind you and beside you to avoid getting shot from a distance from someone far away. But anyway, guys, those are the 5 tips that I wanted to share with you guys in this video. A lot of them are fairly basic. However, so many of these tips players continue to not do, and it changes your game style completely. It'll make it so much easier for you to do well. I highly encourage you to do these. But if you guys have any more tips that you want to add, make sure to leave them down in the comment section below. You guys can also reach me on Twitter or Instagram at DylanFurrow. Links to all my social media are down in the description. But again, guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and I'll see all you guys in the next video.